I now invite you to address the gathering and share your valuable insights. Mr. Biju, sir, please.
Thank you, Vani ma'am. Most respected Program Director Dr. Abdul Salam sir, today's resource person, Naren sir, and all other educators. Sarva Sama Swagatam. Na Chauraharim, na Charajyaharim, na Bhatrabhajyam, na Chabharakari. Ve Kride Vardattavanityam Vidya Dhanam, Sarva Dhana Pradhanam. Vidya Dadati Vinayam. विनयादाति पात्रतां पात्रत्वधनमाप्नोति दया धर्मं ततस्सुखम् अपूर्वः कोऽपि कोशोऽयं विद्यते तव भारती वेतो वृद्धिमायाति क्षयमायाति सञ्चयात् वृद्धत्वं च नृपत्वं च नैव तुल्यं कदाचन. So like that it goes. Hearty welcome to all the educators of Sanskrit to this special platform. A wonderful evening. So as we were discussing, our director also told and Vani ma'am also told, it's a godly language and it's a very lovely language to learn, and it's having a continuous flow throughout. So how to motivate it, how to bring attraction towards the learners and educators. So today we are having an eminent personality to guide us. So hearty welcome, sir, and we will be enjoying the evening. Let us take the advantage how to learn Sanskrit in a better way and in a interesting manner, how we can showcase it in the classroom situation. Thank you all. I remain. Thank you, ma'am. Back to Vani, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words. Dear educators, let's move on to today's highlight. Resource person for today's session is Dr. Narayanan Ramanujam. Dr. Narayan is a highly accomplished academic and educator specializing in Sanskrit. He currently serves as a supervisor of the senior secondary and head of the Sanskrit department at the Indian School at Ugubera, Muscat, Oman, where he has been working since March 2009. He has undertaken various roles, including managing the examination department and coordinating the happiness curriculum also. Dr. Narayanan holds a PhD in Sanskrit from the University of Madras, having completed his doctoral studies between 2000 and 2004. He has also earned an MPhil in Sanskrit in 2000 and an MA in Sanskrit in 1998 from the same university, consistently achieving high academic honors. Dr. Narayanan has furthered his education with a Bachelor of Alternative System of Medicine, a diploma in French, and a certificate course in Hindi. Dr. Narayanan has significantly contributed to the promotion of Sanskrit, including conducting spoken Sanskrit classes, organizing mega events, and publishing a book titled Sudinam Astu. Sir, it is truly a privilege to have you with us as a speaker for today's session. On behalf of everyone present, I extend a warm and sincere welcome to you.
Thank you very much,
Ladies and gentlemen, today when we deal with Gen Alpha students, the need of the hour is to make our instructions short, crisp, and precise. We have to accept a paradigm shift in the teaching strategies. Dr. Narayanan, I'll hand over the mic to you. Just a small quote of advice for the participants. We will be having a question and answer session after Dr. Narayanan's talk. So let's hold all our queries till the end. Thank you so much all, and over to you, Dr. Narayanan.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Good evening, Dr. Salam. Good evening, Mr. Biju Pillai and Vani ma'am, the moderator. It feels great to be with this community, my teaching fraternity. Sanskritam Nama Daivi Vak. So hopefully I'll proceed further in Sanskrit, and initially I will express my gratitude and happiness through English here. To enrich this old language learning tradition, all my friends over here are dedicated for that. what I have been practicing for years, I would like to share through my presentation. Applying with ease. When we make Sanskrit an easy one, it is taken as an easy one. Once again, I take this golden opportunity to thank Dr. Salam and his team for giving me this wonderful opportunity to express myself before you. Dr. Salam, if I'm allowed to share my PPT as a host, it will be of great help for me.
Yes, sir, you can share, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, your co-host, you can share.
Yes, sir. I hope you are able to see the screen. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Ajnanmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. What we are today, it is because of the blessings of our Gurujanas, and I attribute all my knowledge and what I am today. It is because of my Guru's blessings. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Apply with ease, Sanskritam. Groundbreaking strategies for teaching Sanskrit. It's from me. Even though it's not an appetizer, something is shown in the screen today. Now, we have some hot food on the plate. When we give this to our children, they immediately try to take something from the center and eat it. And after a few seconds, they realize that their fingers are burnt. And their interest towards eating gets less. It is our duty to make them realize how to enjoy this food with ease. There is a fork kept next to it, and with that, slowly the boundaries can be made warm, and then it can be consumed. Sanskrit as a core, we cannot directly give to children, which they may or may not take it easily. So we have to slowly expose little by little what Sanskritam is. And at one stage, they will know how to handle with it. The path is uneven. And we need a guide for moving further to our destination. And that is a role played by the Guru. And as a Guru, a Margadarshakaha means a person who guides the way. There are several words representing the teacher in Sanskritam. Kaha Guruhu? It's a question. Acharyaha, Adhyapakaha, Sikshakaha, Margadarshakaha, Atava Deshikaha, Guruhu, Adhunika Sikshakaha, Kidrishaha Bhavet. Sir, if I'm allowed, I'll proceed with Sanskritam so that they can also have the first-hand information, please. Kaha Guruhu? Iti prashnaha asti. Vayam patayamaha adhigata tattvaha sishyahitaya satatam iti saha eva guruhu. Tattvarte parangataha cha sishyahitaya satatam yaha prayatamanaha asti saha eva guruhu iti kathyate. Acharyaha swayam acharati vishayan cha छात्रान् अपि एवं आचरतु इति बोधयति सः आचार्यः. अध्यापकः वेद शास्त्र पुराण इतिहासादि सर्वान् सः अध्यापयति छात्रान् प्रति सः अध्यापकः he who makes Vedas, Puranas, Shastras to be understood by children or the Sishyas, the students, he is Adhyapaka. Sikshakaha, evam karotu, evam ma karotu. Iti saha nirdesham dadati. He who instructs, do like this, do like that, and paves way for students to achieve success. Saha Sikshakaha. Margadarshakaha atava Deshikaha. He who paves way. If you go this way, you can attain that. Evam margam darshayati deshikaha. Guruhu. Gu iti andakaraha. Ruhu iti tasya nirodhakaha. Andakara nirodhabhyam guruhu iti abhidiyate. Yaha asmakam ajnanam nirodhayati. Saha guruhu asti. He who removes our ignorance, he is said to be the Guru. The Guru need not be formally educated, but by practice and control, one can become the Guru. Jnana Guru, we say. Coming to the modern teacher, Adhunika Sikshakaha. Those days, Chatraha Gurukulam prati gachanti tatra vidya adhyayanam kurvanti. Parantu adya Chatraha vidyalayam prati agachanti, patanti, gachanti, cha swadhyayamapi kurvanti. So what is the role of modern teacher today? Modern teacher has got a great role to play. He is an acharya, adhyapaka, sikshaka, margadarshaka, and also the guru. So all these roles are played by a modern teacher. So a student expects all things from a guru, the teacher of a modern day. We are the supreme source for them. Even though the media like Google or the social media, they are present, the ultimate source of knowledge, inspiration, and motivation is a classroom only. So that is why the role of teacher is very, very important. And we play, as a teacher, we play all the vital roles which was played by the ancient gurus in a crisp manner. Atra shakayam shavakaha santi. Mata pakshi ekam phalam anayati cha sishun bhojayati.
Dr. Narayan, can you put it on slideshow mode? So
yeah,
that...
I'm trying, sir. I'm trying, sir. I'll do so. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So, Mata Pakshi phalam anayati cha shavakan bhojayati. Shavakaha lagavaha santi. Te swayam gatva bhojanam khaditum na samarthaha santi. Ataha Mata swayam phalani aniya shavakan bhojayati. Atra kukkutam vayam pashyamah. Esha kukkuti shavakan bhojayati. Yadyapi shavakaha stale eva santi. Te swayam bhojanam anvishya na kaditum shakyante. Now we can see a hen feeding the young chicks. Even though they are in the ground level, they are unable to find their own food. So mother tries to feed them, and slowly she is teaching how to get the food for them. And after some time, the mother monitors how their children are eating. They are able to find their own food, and she is no more feeding them, and slowly she is making them independent. So this is what we have to practice. In the initial stage, we have to take them what is required for them, and in the simplest way, we have to feed them and make sure they all consume what we eat, what we give. Then slowly we have to be with them and try to spot what is essential and make them take what is required. And after some stage, we have to monitor them, that are they in the right track? Are they independent? So the main role of a teacher is to make the student independent. If that is done, the great success is achieved by the teacher. Avarodhaha bahavaha santi. As teachers, we face a lot of hurdles. And our hurdles are small hurdles for children. So first we have to equip ourselves and take some energy to break these hurdles and go further. A few hurdles enlisted here. It is for reflecting us. Chhatraha saralataya na patanti. Kimartham tesham akshara jnanam tadrisham samyak nasti. Children are unable to read the text fluently and properly. The reason for this is the akshara jnanam, the base is not enough for them. So in this situation, than pointing out that they are unable to read, we need to go down further and take some time to make them understand the letters and make them free to read the text. Reading the text will give a lot of confidence to them. So that is a starting point for understanding a language. Yadi vayam saralataya patham patamaha, tada asmakam abhiruchihi tatra vardhate. Tatra kim asti iti jignasa utpadyate. Tadanantaram shabdarupam iti pashyama. Shabdarupam dhaturupam cha Sanskritasya jivanam iti manyate. Shabdarupam bhinna bhinna ritya vayam abhyasam kurmaha. The Shabdarupa, the declensions, and the Dhaturupa, the conjugations, are the main arteries of this language. When one masters these two, then he gets the grip of the language. For that, we have to find new Shabdas, new Shabdarupas, and we should have a command over the Shabdarupas so that we will be able to understand the words and use them at our will and wish. Kosha Sangraha. Swadhyaya is very important aspect of a teacher, and that too with the Sanskritam teacher. Swadhyaya, the self-study is very, very important. And for that, a collection of books are definitely required. And in day-to-day time, if we are able to give at least 15 to 20 minutes for ourselves in equipping ourselves with the literature, the language, and the grammar, then that will be of great help for us. It will reflect what we are. When we are able to say to children, study daily and equip yourself, enrich yourself. If we put ourselves into that practice, that will bring a great change to us. Atma Shakti Vardhanam. by doing the swadhyaya, atmanah shaktihi asmakam vardhanam bhavati. So our self gets motivated and we will be able to understand the concepts well. And if we are able to understand the concepts well, we will be able to teach and express ourselves in a better way. And that will definitely inspire and motivate children to take this wonderful language and take further. Abhiruchihi. Abhiruchihi is an interest, a liking towards this. We are in the responsible position of transforming the ancient language, the knowledge of ancient language to the young minds. We are not only teaching the language, it is set along with the culture and practice which is abundantly found in our language. Sanskritihi is a well-established part of our Sanskritam language. So when we are bringing water from a source, we don't bring a water as such. We bring it in a container. So without container, we cannot bring water. And water cannot stay without the container. If we consider Samskriti as the water, and that which brings that Samskriti is the Sanskritam, the container. It can be of any shape and size. Whether you are teaching to smaller children or bigger children or to graduates, whoever it is, the content is to bring the samskara to the children. So with that responsibility, we have to approach this language and take it further to kindle the interest in the young learners. Patana Kaushalam. A few things which are the best practices which I have seen and I am observing. I am sharing it with you. Vachana lalitam shravana madhuram. Yada vayam pathayamaha tada saralataya nirargalataya samanya shabdena vayam pathayama. Shrotum madhuram bhavatu. Yatha chalachitra ganaha santi. Tadrisham vayam saralataya samskritam vadamaha, samskritam pathayamaha, chhatranam manasi ekam utsaham vayam vardhayama. Jalabindu nipatena kramashaha puryate gataha. Sahetuhu sarva vidyanam dharmasya cha dhanasya cha. Iti shlokaha asti. Pratinimesham jalapatanena sampurnaha gataha jalena puryate. Tadrisham abhyasena punaha punaha prayatnena asmakam samskrita jnanam dridham bhavati. Tadrisham pratidinam vayam prayatnam kurmaha. Sambhashana kaushalam vayam vardhayamaha. Tada samskrita prayogaha asmabhihi jnayate. Patana purvam, patana anantaram. This technique has been implanted to me by my Reverend Professor Dr. V. Abhirama Sundaram from Vivekananda College. My sir used to show me bits of papers which he brings daily to college. Before the class, what he wants to teach, he will write it in some small points. So these concepts with this time I am going to teach today. And after the class is over, sir will review, and if something is remaining, he will take it to the next day. or how best I could have done this during this time. Like that, an analysis is being done by him since many years. I too insist to my fellow department colleagues. So this is a very good practice. Before class, even though we have weekly syllabus plan or monthly syllabus plan or fortnightly, please maintain a book, a small notebook, a handbook with you. So this date, this topic, this much time, how I am going to teach. So if you plan well before the lesson, that will definitely have a great impact in your lesson. And that will avoid dull moments in the class, and no silent moment will be there. And students will also observe your preparedness. So that's a great advantage for you to become a better teacher. Please prepare a short note daily before entering into the class. That will definitely have a great impact. Patana purvam evam karaniyam, patana anantaram katam aham patitavan, katam aham patitavati, parishilana amshaha ke santi. What I could have done to improve my presentation. My approach was this, but this was not okay for the students. Students could not comprehend that. We may think we explained it very well, but next day the students may say, sir, we didn't understand that. And for each and every batch of students, this will vary. So keeping that in mind, we have to prepare well and then present our plan so that it is being made effective. महाभाष्यम् इति एकः ग्रन्थः अस्ति. पतञ्जलि महाभागाः तत्र रचयिता अस्ति. किमर्थं वयं व्याकरणं पठामः? व्याकरणपठनस्य प्रयोजनं किम् इति एकः प्रश्नः आगच्छति. रक्षा, ऊह, आगम, लघु, असन्देहाः प्रयोजनम्. तस्मात् अध्येयं व्याकरणम् इति अस्ति. कानि पुनः शब्दानुशासनस्य प्रयोजनानि? शब्दस्य विषये, व्याकरणविषये पठितुं किं प्रयोजनं भवति? रक्षा, ऊह, आगम, लघु, असन्देहाः प्रयोजनम्. रक्षा. Raksha is the first purpose of reading Sanskrit grammar. Veda Shastra Rakshartham. When the Vedas or Puranas, which are thousands and thousands of years old, are transferred to us and to the next generations, the reason is the strong grammar and strong structure which is taken care by the grammar. To protect our ancient treasure and resource, we have to learn grammar. Uha. Uha is to guess and to apply. In Vedas and Puranas and Shastra, there are a lot of words which we are aware or not aware also. But to understand what is the vibhakti, what is a vachanam, what is a lakara, what is a linga of the word, we have to learn grammar. So that is a source book for Samskrita Vyakaranam. Agama. When we learn things, we should know how to use them also. And for the correct usage and application, like as we do in laboratories, the experiments, we have to learn grammar. Laghu. To make things easy. Laghu iti adhyayam vyakaranam. We have to consider that grammar is easy and we should go further learning it. Asandehaha. In order to remove all our doubts, we have to learn grammar. Sandeha nivaranartham vyakaranam adhyayam bhavati. So in this way, Mahabhashyakara Patanjali clearly says these are the 5 prayojanas which can be applied even for today. When we have lot of doubts in grammar, the best thing is learn and learn. So that will help us to remove all the doubts. So we have to put effort in doing that. Just for an example, this is one shortcut I used to say to my children. How to remember the vibhakti and their meanings. Vibhakti is the case ending which is present in the declension. We have Pratama, Dvitiya, Tritiya, Chaturthi, Panchami, Shashti, Saptami, and Sambodhana Prathama. So these vibhaktis are there corresponding to the English prepositions and the role played by the word as subject or object. This small table is prepared. Prathama vibhakti karta rupena prayujyate. That is, a sentence will have a subject, the person who does the action, object to which the action is done, and the kriya, the verb, the action done. So the subject is mentioned in Prathama vibhakti, and the object is represented by Dvitiya vibhakti. When we do an action, it needs an instrument, that is by, with, along with, or without. And for some purpose, we do an action that is mentioned by Chaturthi vibhakti. It is for. When there is a separation or comparison, we use Panchami vibhakti, that is from or than. And Shashti vibhakti is the possession or having something for us. It is said by of or apostrophe s. Saptami vibhakti says the location or the time when it is happening. It is said by in, on, at, among. When we see the first words of all the rows in English, the prepositions, we can form like this: subject, object, by, for, from, of, in. So if this is learned properly, application of vibhakti is very easy. Once more I will say: subject, object, by, for, from, of, in. In Hindi also we have chinna matra, vibhakti chinna matra, karaka matra we say, karaka chinna. So that is also corresponding to this. But as children are quite good in English and they are able to have a command over the language, this can be easily used. Subject, object, by, for, from, of, in. So you can also say for you once within yourself: subject, object, by, for, from, of, in. So in this way, a small practice will make them to apply the better things. Even for us, when we are able to read the granthas and when we know the vibhakti, we will be able to easily apply the meaning for it. Then comes the Patya Pustakam, the literature text. Even though we follow Shemushi or Manika, this can be a common thing for both of them. Patanam Pratipadarthaha Vyakarana Amshaha Sandhihi Samasaha Pratyayaha Avyaya Karta Karma Kriya Visheshana Visheshya Samana Viloma Padani. So these topics enlisted here are the key concepts in the literature. When we focus in the literature with this aspect, then the literature is made easy. And we will be able to explain to the children easily, and they will be able to understand the concepts. And when we apply with ease, the same will reflect from them. They can also apply with ease what they know. So this is what we have to transfer from us to them. Patanam. when we take the literature, we should be able to read them properly. And when we are clear in the reading, the sandhi, where to stop, where to pause, and identifying the words, we will be able to transfer the same to the children also. Pratipadartha, every word's meaning, whether it is a small avyaya or a compound word samastapada, irrespective of the word, we should be able to understand the right meaning of the word according to the given context. Vyakarana amshaha. प्रतिपदस्य व्याकरण अंशः कः इति वयं सम्यक् जानीमः. का विभक्तिः, किं लिङ्गं, कः पुरुषः, किं वचनं, कः लकारः इति सर्वं वयम् अवगच्छामः. प्रतिपदं वयं ज्ञातुं प्रयत्नं कुर्मः. सन्धिः, कुत्र सन्धिः करणीया, कुत्र सन्धिभेदः करणीयः इति वयं सम्यक् जानीमः. Even though there are lots of sandhis which are handled, but the rules are not prescribed for syllabus, that also we can make children equipped how to split them so that they can understand them better. So sandhi, rules and regulations, and where to split, how to split, we should be thorough. Samasta padam yadi asti, tat katham vayam vibhagam kurma. Vigrahavakyam kim iti vayam samyak janimah. Pratyayah. Padeshu kaha pratyayah asti. Kim rupam asti. Iti sarvam vayam samyak janimah. Generally, we get confused between tavatu pratyaya and matu pratyaya. So slowly, by more practice and learning deeper into it, we can easily differentiate and understand so that we can deliver it in the proper way. Avyaya padam kim? Tatra vishesha amshaha kaha? Is there any special upapada vibhakti or any special usage for avyayas? We should be clear about it. Karta, karma, kriya. Vakyeshu kim padam kartri padam? Kim padam kriya padam? Kim padam karma padam? Iti trayam vayam samyak janimah. Visheshana visheshya bhava. Samana linga vachana vibhakti. Samanam trishu lingeshu sarvasu cha vibhaktishu. Yenna vyayati tat avyayam. Vachanechu cha sarveshu. Tat avyayasya lakshanamasti. Linga purusha vachana samanam bhavati visheshana visheshyasya. Yallingam yadvachanam yacha vibhaktihi visheshyasya. Tallingam tadvachanam sacha vibhaktihi visheshanasyapi iti eka shlokaha asti. Linga vachana vibhakti samanam bhavatu. Shabda rashihi, vocabulary is very, very important. That can be done as we prepare our notes. So preparing notes is very important before the class for us. I maintain 3 sheets of paper for Pullinga, Strilinga and Napumsakalinga. Whenever I confront a new word after seeing the dictionary or Amarakosha or any book, if I come to know about the new words linga, I put an entry in that page. So in that way, we are unable to understand the linga of all the words. It is not possible also. Only by practice and learning, we will be able to understand the usage of the linga, which word, which linga. So when we get a new word, we have to get the linga of that word also. As we develop a lot of friends, we acquaint with a friend and we relate that friend to a name. So in that way, or a face. So we link to the face or to the name. Like that, each word should be linked to its linga, so that it is easy for you to use further. Tadrisham, Samanapadam, Vilomapadam. So what is a synonymous word? What is the antonym word? So this also we should be able to give to children and make a list by ourselves. And these practices, as I see, we are all doing this. But a humble suggestion from my side is, when we put still more effort in each and every aspect to the minutest way, definitely from the good teacher stand, we can become to a better teacher and the best teacher. Because learning is there for all of us at all times. It is not that I know everything or you know everything. When time comes, we learn things and we should be able to accept it, that we are the learners and we can become better educators when we take that stand. Coming to class 10 board examination, which is the need of the hour. And as many of you are teaching board classes, a few points as some tips I would like to share here. Dashama kakshayaha parikshayam ashuddhi nivaranaya. Children do a lot of mistakes, but a few can be controlled and we can guide them how to avoid mistakes, especially in the board classes. And we train the children from lower classes to higher classes with the intention that they should take the board exam in Sanskrit. So in that Riti only we are training the children. So there are a few segments in the question paper. Apatita avabodhanam, unseen passage reading. So children will be able to do it. Ekapadena uttarata, purna vakyena uttarata, answer in a complete sentence. Bhashika karyam, do as directed. And Shirshakam. Shirshakam is a heading. Shirshakam should be carefully chosen. The heading should be carefully chosen. And one has to give a crisp heading for the paragraph. It should be complete. And for that, children have to read the paragraph completely and understand what is the central idea of the paragraph and give that as a heading. Or that concept which is repeatedly coming in many lines, that can be taken and given as a heading. Or there can be any punchline, a slogan like Satyameva Jayate, Vidya Dadati Vinayam. Like that, if some quotation is there, that can be given as a heading. And please make sure that the heading is complete and not halfway. Vidyayaha. That is not the proper ending. We can say Vidyayaha Mahatvam. Like that, we can complete the heading. Then comes the Rachanatmakam Karyam, where they have to apply what they know. First thing is a Patram. In Patram, it is a good practice to make a rough column in the right side of the answer book. And they have to number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And after numbering that, they have to work out with the given clues and fill in the rough column with the clue words from the Manjusha. Let them give 1 or 2 words in each rough column. And how to go about choosing the word, that is said by the next part. Karta, Karma, Kriya. What is missing in that sentence? Is it a Karta or a Karma or a Kriya? If Karta is missing, they have to look for the Pratama Vibhakti word. If Karma is missing, they have to look for the Dvitiya Vibhakti word. If Kriya is missing, they have to look for a Kriya Padam and match with the Kartri Padam in the sentence. So 3 ways of finding a blank word based on Karta, Karma, Kriya. Then comes Visheshana Visheshya, where, as discussed earlier, The linga, vibhakti, vachanam should match. If that is able to be done, then finding the word in rough column will be easy. Why a rough column is suggested? As human beings and as children, our mentality is when we write something, we feel it is correct for sure. Even though we ask children to revise their answer papers after completing, they just go through and they feel satisfied. They don't try to find any error in what they have written. That is their mentality. But when you work out with the rough column, a second chance is given for each and every word, whether it is right or wrong. Then final copy can be made for the right blank words in the right place. So if this is practiced, they can easily avoid mistake in the patram. And making one mistake in patram is quite costly because it automatically takes another mistake. So this practice of making a rough column and working out will greatly help children to avoid mistake in patra. Chitra varnanam is there, describing a picture. There, karta, kriya, anvaya should be there. When we start the sentence, Udyane balakaha padakandukam kridati, they will try to end because they think that karta is balakaha and finish with kridati. But sometimes this is a common mistake seen in the answer books. So we have to see the karta and kriya should always be in alignment with the karta. Karta, kriya, anvaya should be there. A few words they generally use, like bahu. There are three words, bahavaha in pullinga, bahvyaha in strilinga, and bahuni in napumsakalinga. So if they have to write lots of trees, instead of bahavaha vrikshaha, they will write bahuni vrikshaha, which is mismatching and it is a mistake. Instead, they can use bahu as a prefix and use the next word as a compound word. Bahu vrikshaha, bahu balikaha, bahu patrani. So that will mean bahuvachanam easily, and they can avoid that mistake in usage of bahu as visheshana. Similarly, aneka is there. In pullinga, aneke it should be. In strilinga, anekaha, and napumsakalinga, anekani. So they may not have that shraddha in seeing what word and aneka. They may write Udyane aneke balikaha kridanti, which is not accepted. Instead, we can ask them to write aneka balakaha, aneka balikaha, aneka palani. So in this way, this mistake can also be avoided. And usage of dvayam, trayam, chatushtayam, it's quite easy to use. Dvayam means a set of two, but kriya padam is going to be ekavachanam. Paladvayam asti is equal to pale staha, and there also they may put dvi pale or dvau pale. That mistake can also be avoided. So pale staha is equal to paladvayam asti. In that way, we can represent two fruits are there instead of using dvivachanam. Similarly, palatrayam asti, palachatuštayam asti. This dvayam, trayam, chatushtayam can be added to any mula shabda of any linga. So it does not affect the shabda rupa or application of shabda at that point of time. So you can suggest dvayam, trayam, and chatushtayam for mentioning that many number of items. Coming to anuvada, it is a tendency for translating the sentence word by word, and they don't give importance to the vibhakti of the word which is going to be translated. So they have to understand the sentence completely and then go about the translation, for which the Shabdarupa Jnanam and Dhaturupa Jnanam and the Vibhakti Jnanam is very, very, very important. So Sampurna Artha Avagamanam, completely understand the sentence and then give the translation. So the children will be able to easily do it when they are able to understand what is what and what vibhakti is expected with their basic knowledge of Shabda, Dhatu, and Vibhakti. Then comes the section Anuprayukta Vyakaranam, the applied grammar. This is mostly based on the literature. So literature plays a vital role. And in places like Sandhi or Samasa, as a mathematic rule, LHS should be equal to RHS. Left hand side and right hand side should be able to match equally. So what it means? In a Sandhi or a Samasa, we are asked to split or join. Sandhi Vibhagam Kurta or Sandhim Yojayata. So in this way, they have to join or split a Sandhi or a Samasa or a Pratyaya. So in this way, after working out the answer, they may have to recheck by the reverse of it. If they are able to get left hand side equal to right hand side, then the answer is perfectly right. So in this way, they will have time to recheck also. In a rough column, they can check what they have already written and work out the reverse of it so that it is easy for them. Then MCQ, Bahu Vikalpa Atmaka Prashnaha. So when more choices are given, another C is added to it. It is a confusion. Children get confused when there are 3 or 4 choices. So the best practice for avoiding this confusion is first, let them not read the choice at all. Let them directly work out the answer and see which choice is matching with their answer. So in this way, when they work out and see, they will have only one answer, which is right answer. When they see the 4 or 3 MC options given there, then they will have 3 or 4 answers, which may confuse them. So please advise your children to work out with the answer and get the answer and check which is the option which is rightly saying that answer. Then in Patita Avabodhanam, that is in the literature part, Samyak Patanam, they have to be thorough in their literature. So at least 20-30 times they should read the literature before taking their examination. So make them thorough and they should be able to identify, yes, this word is learnt by me. I have heard this word. So that familiarity should be achieved. Then Prashna Nirmana. Prashna is the question. As you are aware, the whole question paper is of questions. And to understand the question, we have to know the Kim Shabda. Kim Shabda is actually a Visheshana like. So when the Kim Shabda is thoroughly known, it will say a clue for the answer. If it is Kasmat, the question, the answer can be in Napumsakalinga or Pullinga, but in Panchami Vibhakti Ekavachanam. So a clue is there in the question itself. So we may have to train them like that. So while reading the question itself, half type of answer they will be able to understand. Then spot the answer from the given paragraph and they will be able to write. And for the next question, Anvaya and also Gatana Krama Anusara, that is completing the sequence of the events happening in that lesson. A rough column will definitely help the children. In Gatanakrama Anusara, there are jumbled sentences. Take one sentence as a base sentence and the next sentence compare to that sentence. There are only 2 choices. One, it will come before that sentence or after that sentence. So accordingly, they have to place the sentence and take the third sentence and they will have 3 places. One above the first sentence, to below the second sentence or between first and second. So like this, they have to compare and contrast the event happened and arrange them sequentially. So this will help them to avoid the mistake, and storyline should be clear to the students. So these are some tips which can avoid major mistakes in the answer book, especially in the board classes. The same can be applied for class 9 also and lower classes also. Before I conclude, in the marking schemes applied by the CBSE, you may be aware that these points are there just to reinforce and remind what is said there. Avadhatavyam to be understood and kept in mind. Anka yojanayam pradattani uttarani nidarsha atmakani santi. Pradattani uttarani atirichya api sandarbha anusaram anyani uttarani bhavitum arhanti. The answers given in the marking scheme are just suggested, and other answers can also be there according to the situation. Antarika vikalpa atmakeshu prashneshu यद्यपि स्पष्टतया निर्देशः दत्तः अस्ति यत् केवलं प्रश्नद्वयम् अथवा प्रश्नत्रयम् इत्यादिकम् उत्तरं दातव्यं तथापि यदि छात्राः अतिरिक्तप्रश्नानाम् उत्तराणि लिखति तर्हि छात्रहिताय निर्णयः कर्तव्यः. This is a very common doubt which comes in the group. Can we write extra questions also? Yes, it can be done, and for the benefit of children, the student, other questions can be considered if the previous questions are not correct. यथा चित्रवर्णने पंचवाक्यानां लेखनम् अभीष्टं परं छात्रः यदि सप्तवाक्यानि लिखति तर्हि तत्र केवलं प्रथमपञ्चवाक्यानां न अपितु यानि वाक्यानि उत्तमानि सन्ति तेषां मूल्यांकनं करणीयम्. For example, in the चित्रवर्णनं, when children are expected to write 5 correct sentences, but they wrote 7 sentences, best 5 can be considered. Ayam niyamah navamyam kakshayam api paripalaniyah. This can be applied to class 9 also. That is what is suggested. Anuchede shloke natyamshe va prishtaha prashnaha avabodhana atmakaha santi. Atah vidyarthinah eteshu pradatta shabdanam sthane samabhava paryayavachi shabdanam prayogam kartum shaknuvanti. Tadartham ankaha deyaha. If a samana padam is given as the answer, but the word is not found in the paragraph, still it can be accepted. Yadi vidyarthinah uttara lekana samaye samuchitanaam vibhaktinaam vachananaam cha prayogam na kurvanti tarhi amshatah ankaha kartaniyaha natu sampurna ankaha. If the right vibhakti or vachanam is not mentioned, partly the marks have to be reduced. Trutipurna vartinyai व्याकरण आत्मक प्रयोगाय च अनुपाततः अंकाः कर्तनीयाः न तु संपूर्ण अंकाः. For spelling mistake and slight grammatical mistakes, partly the answer has to be evaluated and marks have to be awarded accordingly. आंशिक दृष्ट्या समुचितेभ्यः उत्तरेभ्यः अपि अंकाः देयाः. And for proper answers, accordingly the marks should be awarded. रचनात्मक कार्ये वाक्य रचनया प्रमुखा न तु वाक्य सौंदर्य तत्वम्. अतः आंशिक वाक्य शुद्धये अपि अंकाः देयाः. It is not for the fanciful sentences or beautiful sentences the marks are given. It is for the attempt made by sincere attempt made by the student. The mark has to be given. So this is an extract from the marking scheme, which makes many of the points clear. And I would like to present my humble thanks to Dr. Salam for giving this wonderful opportunity to interact with my teaching fraternity. And I wish you one and all a great success, a great learning and teaching experience in the forthcoming years. Thank you, Vani ma'am, for wonderfully moderating the session. And thank you, Mr. Biju Pillai, for extending your support. Sir, from my side, I have explained. Over to Vani ma'am, please. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Dr. Narayanan. That was really an enriching session, and you've inspired me to speak in Sanskrit. But as my abilities are limited as of now, I would go ahead in English only. Sir,
Please.
there are a few queries. So we'll just open it to the forum for queries. And if we get the queries, otherwise, I'll be asking those questions which had been put up in the chat box. So,
Yes, ma'am.
participants, you are most welcome to go ahead and ask and clarify your doubts over here.
Yes,
Anyone?
to my knowledge and experience, whatever is possible from my side, I would like to answer. And if there are some more queries, I would like to be the part of query and to know the answer from experts. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome.
I believe the participants can put up their queries if they want. I think
they can speak. They can raise their hands. Yeah,
Okay.
Anju Bala madam has raised her hand. Anju Bala madam, you can speak. You can unmute. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for this kind session. Really, we are obliged. My question is, sir, in board classes, if student write the only answers in Patra Lekhan, is it okay, or we should make them practice to write the whole format for question paper, Patra Lekhan?
Yes, ma'am. If I am allowed to answer, ma'am.
yes,
in the instruction given in the question paper, अधोदत्तं पत्रं मञ्जूषायाः सहायतया पूरयित्वा पत्रम् उत्तरपुस्तिकायां पुनः लिखत. It's clearly mentioned that they have to rewrite the whole letter, highlighting the blanks in the answer book. Please encourage them to write that, ma'am. If they are practicing the sample papers and to save time, you can encourage them to only write the answers. But in board exam, it is expected that they should write the complete letter. And not to worry for the time, they will have ample time to complete, even if they write the letter. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
the next question can be by Shubham, sir.
Sumati.
There has been a hand which has been raised by Shubham, sir, also, and then Sumati ma'am is there.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Namaste.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, namaste, please.
Sir, in CBSE syllabus, it is mentioned that in letter writing, Patra Lekhan, that students need to be write Rikta Sthan Purti. But in class 9, it is mentioned Sampurnam Patram Lekhanam. So can you just clear it? For class 9, it is completely writing, or in like a class 10 only same it is?
According to the curriculum, in class 9, they are expected to write the complete letter, sir. They have to write the complete letter. Only the instruction, what is to be written to whom, is given. But in class 10, it is Manjushayaha Sahayataya Patram Purayata. So they have to use the Manjusha in class 10 and write. But in class 9, as per the curriculum, it is Sampurnam Patram Likata. Complete letter has to be written by the student.
Shubham sir, I believe your query has been answered. So can we go to
Yes, thank you.
Can we go to R Sumati?
Sumati madam is not unmuting. We have enabled her, but she is not unmuting. We have
Okay.
Rupali also. Rupali.
Then we have Miss Rupali.
नमो नमः सर्वेभ्यः।
नमो नमः।
नारायण महोदय नमो नमः। एका शङ्का वर्तते यत्र घटनाक्रमस्य प्रश्नः अस्ति।
आम्।
घटनायाः योग्यं क्रमं लिखत। तर्हि यदि छात्रः एकस्मिन् वाक्ये दोषं करोति, अयोग्यं लिखति चेत् गुणदानम् अङ्कदानं कथं भवेत्, कथं करणीयम्, एतद्विषये मम शङ्का।
मम अवगमनमस्ति, यदा ते वाक्यं लिखन्ति वाक्ये त्रुटयः सन्ति किल महाशय?
त्रुटि अस्ति
वाक्ये
क्रमे एव त्रुटि अस्ति।
क्रमे एव त्रुटि अस्ति। एवं चेत् सामान्यतया तद् अतिरिच्य अन्यक्रमः समीचीनमस्ति चेत् एकस्य वाक्यस्य अर्ध अङ्कं वयं न्यूनतां कुर्मः। एकमेव वाक्यम् अशुद्धमस्ति, परन्तु तद् अतिरिच्य अन्यत् सर्वं क्रमेण अस्ति चेत् एवं चेत् अर्ध अङ्कं वयं न्यूनतां कुर्मः। सम्पूर्णतया वयं तद् अशुद्धमिति न स्थापयामः।
अष्टवाक्यानि तत्र सन्ति। यदि छात्रः कोऽपि द्वितीयवाक्ये तु चतुर्थे क्रमाङ्के स्वीकर्तव्यं, परन्तु यदि छात्रः पञ्चमे क्रमाङ्के स्वीकरोति तर्हि किं भवति?
सत्यं।
तदनुसारं
यदि क्रम अङ्कः 876453 इति आगच्छति, परन्तु छात्रः प्रथमवाक्यं प्रथमतया लिखति, तर्हि तद् वाक्यमेव अशुद्धमस्ति, अन्यत् सर्वं क्रमेण आगच्छति, तद् अशुद्धं भवति।
धन्यवाद महोदय, बहु धन्यवाद।
आगच्छति इति मन्ये।
Next we have Miss Sarika. Miss Sarika. Okay, we can go to Miss. Yes, Miss Sarika. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
हरि ओम् महोदय। इदानीं दशमीकक्षा मध्ये व्याकरणविभागे सन्धिसमासः तत्र एतद् निर्देशनमस्ति, केवलं प्रश्नचतुष्टयं लिखतु, परन्तु छात्रः सर्वान् प्रश्नान् उत्तरति चेत् किमपि दोषः भवति वा?
न, तदेव अहं पूर्वमेव पठितवान्। यथा अङ्कयोजना मध्ये अस्ति, छात्राः यदि पञ्चप्रश्नानाम् उत्तराणि लिखन्ति, परन्तु प्रश्नचतुष्टयमेव लेखनीयम् इति अस्ति, चत्वारि वाक्यानि वयं न पश्यामः, सम्पूर्णतया पञ्चवाक्यानि पञ्च उत्तराणि अपि पश्यामः। यदि प्रथम उत्तरम् अशुद्धमस्ति, अन्यत् सर्वं समीचीनमस्ति, वयं पूर्ण अङ्कं दास्यामः। छात्राः चित्रवर्णने अपि तादृशं भवति। उत्तमरीत्या शुद्धं वाक्यं वयं परिशीलनं कुर्मः।
धन्यवादः।
जी नमस्ते।
नमस्ते।
I am Sumati from Trichy. I'm teaching 12th standard Baswati.
Okay.
I need more practice papers, but not available like other subjects. Baswati madhye literature part pi na milati ji.
Ma'am, actually in our school we have up to class 10 only.
Okay.
And Baswati sources I will try to find and I will try to put in group, ma'am.
Thank you.
Even Dr. Salam will be able to help us in finding some sample papers for class 11 and 12, sir. Thank you.
Dhanyawad ji.
We have already posted, sir, a few.
Fine, sir.
We'll try more also.
Yes.
Miss Kirti, I believe you can ask your question now.
धन्यवाद मैम। नमस्कार डॉक्टर नारायण। मेरा
निश्चय।
प्रश्न था चित्र वर्णन से संबंधित और
हाँ,
मैं कक्षा 9 में और 10 में प्रायः देखती हूँ कि बच्चे का अभ्यास है कि पांचों वाक्य अस्मिन् चित्रे से आरंभ करते हैं। उन्हें छोटी कक्षाओं में ऐसा सिखाया जाता है और वो उन्हें सूट करता है। अस्मिन् चित्रे उद्यानम अस्ति, अस्मिन् चित्रे बालकाः सन्ति, अस्मिन् चित्रे पुष्पाणि सन्ति, अस्मिन् चित्रे सूर्यः अस्ति। यानी कि बिगिनिंग में अस्मिन् चित्रे, एंडिंग में अस्ति, बीच में एक संज्ञा बदलते चले गए और 5 वाक्य बना दिए। जबकि
बिल्कुल।
मुझे 9 में 10 में आके कक्षा में ये बिल्कुल नहीं उचित लगता कि इतने सरल वाक्यों का हम उन्हें 5 में 5 नंबर दें। तो आपका क्या सुझाव है, क्या ये उचित है या इसे इससे अच्छा इसका स्तर होना चाहिए? आपका क्या कहना है इस बारे में?
व्याकरणरीत्या सर्वं शुद्धमेव।
That is the problem, how to cut the marks. But that
Yes.
is not the level of class 9 and 10. But they are so used to, by the time they reach class 9 and 10, they are so
Ma'am,
used to this pattern now.
we have to slowly encourage them, and please conduct a lot of class tests. In
Okay.
class test, you will conduct Chitra Varnanam as a part, and if they are writing Asmin Chitre, there you please deduct marks and instruct them
Correct.
that this is not
Yeah,
right.
very good
And
suggestion. Thank you.
slowly encourage them to make their own sentences.
Correct.
And for a few chitrams, you please write on the board some specimen sentences so that they will be able to understand what is the right procedure. And
Yeah, I keep providing them my own worksheets with
yes,
several more sentences, like 10, 12, 15 sentences for each picture, so that when they
correct.
go through those several times, at least some of them will be at the back
Very
of the
good.
mind when they are attempting for their own question
Please
paper.
encourage them to write as many sentences, even if it is wrong. Please try to encourage and correct them then and there so that they will be able to apply with confidence.
Correct. Thank you so much, sir. So glad to hear the probable correct answer. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mr. Niranjan, sir, you can have your query now.
नमस्ते सर्।
Namaste, sir.
इदानीं षष्ठकक्षीयाणां कृते छात्राणां कृते दीपकम् इति एकं पुस्तकं वर्तते। तेषां कृते विषयाः तु बहवः सन्ति। तत् कियान् विषयाः सन्ति चेत् तत् बहवः सन्ति। तत् एकवारं पश्यामः चेत् कालविषये, गणनाविषये सर्वम् अस्ति तत्र। सर्वम् एकस्मिन् वर्षे तत् पाठयितुं किञ्चित् कष्टाय भवति।
काठिन्यं वर्तते।
एवं काठिन्यं वर्तते। तत्र कथं पाठनीयं तेषां कृते? वयं शीघ्रं न पाठयामश्चेत् तेषां सिलेबस् कम्प्लीट् न भवति, समापयितुं न शक्यते। नास्ति चेत् सावधानतया पाठयामश्चेत् अस्माकं तु समापनीयम् इत्यस्ति, तद् न जायते।
सत्यं।
कथं समाधानम्?
महोदय, अस्माकं कालांशः अधिकः नास्ति। यथा तृतीयभाषा अथवा द्वितीयभाषारूपेण वयं पाठयामः, तत्रापि भेदः अस्ति। वयं किं कर्तुं शक्नुमः इति पश्यामः चेत् तत्र मुख्य अंशः कः तस्मिन् पाठे इति तत् स्वीकृत्य वयं पाठयामः। अन्यत् अभ्यासविषयेषु वयं गृहकार्यम् इव अथवा सामूहिकरूपेण अथवा क्रीडा इव वयं तत् समापयामः। सप्तमी कक्षायाः किम् आवश्यकमस्ति तद् वयं मुख्यत्वं दास्यामः। अनन्तरं यत् सरलं भवति तत् स्वयं कर्तुं वयं प्रोत्साहनं कुर्मः। उदाहरणार्थं संयुक्त अक्षराणां योजना अभ्यासः अस्ति तत्र, तत् छात्राः स्वयं कुर्वन्तु। तादृशं यत् शक्यं ते स्वयं कुर्वन्ति। द्वितीयं तु तत्र पाठ्यपुस्तके यदस्ति तस्य विषयस्य ज्ञानं वयं दास्यामः। तादृशरीत्या वयं चिन्तयामः चेत् अस्माकं पाठनकार्यं न्यूनं भवति, अभ्यासकार्यम् अधिकं भविष्यति। परन्तु तत् सम्यक्तया वयम् अनुवर्तयामः। We should follow it properly, that it is done by children in the right time. So एवं वयं कार्यपत्रं Tataha vayam svikurmaha. We can prepare our own worksheets based on the lesson, and that concept will be clearly understood by children with the help of the worksheet. We can make it simple and effective for the students. So this year only it has been introduced. So it is used as a trial and error basis, and how effective we will be able to complete the book or the syllabus. Please concentrate in making the children understand the concept than focusing on completing the syllabus. Even if you are completing 8 chapters, let it be effective. So that is my humble suggestion.
अस्तु आचार्य, धन्यवादः.
Dhanyawad, Swami.
Miss Anju, please.
Sir, I want to know about you told one thing कि घटनाक्रम कैसे बच्चे, वो ट्रिक जो आपने बताई थी मुझे क्लियर नहीं हुई. प्लीज एक बार बता दें. और मैम कोई ग्रुप है क्या, उसमें ऐड हो सकते हैं, कैसे होंगे?
मैम, when there are 8 sentences, मैम, मैं हिंदी में अच्छी तरह बोल नहीं सकता हूँ, इसलिए थोड़ा अंग्रेजी में बोलूंगा. There are 8 sentences. As we have to arrange according to the sequence. Like if you give some 10 pencils to small children and ask them to put them in height order, how they will do? They will keep one pencil and take the next pencil and see whether it is tall or short, and then place it accordingly. So in the same way, take the first sentence and keep it as a base. The second sentence given in the context, in the question paper, take the second sentence and check whether this sentence will come before this or after this. What is the sequence? So you have 2 sentences now. Take the third one, whether it will come before the first sentence or between first and second or after 3. So this has to be worked out in the rough column. So after working out, they will get an idea. So what is a story sequence and what is my order? If that is matching, they can make it to a fair copy where totally it will be correct without any mistake. So this method is quite effective. धन्यवाद.
अंजू मैम, ग्रुप का आप सलाम सर से पूछ सकती हैं, बिकॉज बी टैग के सब्जेक्ट वाइज ग्रुप्स हैं, तो सलाम सर आपको उसमें हेल्प कर देंगे. एक्सक्लूसिवली अगर संस्कृत का ग्रुप होगा तो वो आपको गाइड कर देंगे उसके लिए. प्रियदर्शनी मैम.
Yeah. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Priyadarshini ma'am, you can go ahead.
Yeah, good evening. Namo Namaha. Actually, I had 2 concerns. One is in same thing, it was about Ghatana Krama, which was now clarified. And another one is for Chitra Varnam. Actually, when my
voice is breaking, ma'am.
of grade, they are saying that the previous. Can you hear?
Now I am able to hear.
Okay. Sir, for grade 9 and 10, actually, my students, they got instruction from their previous teachers that a common sentence is idam chitram sundaram asti. What I told them is like you write simple sentences, but there should not be any grammatical error, and it should be from Manjusha, you have to use any one word minimum. Is that correct? Yeah.
Ma'am,
and
please.
Yes, sir. And one more thing, when I gave them one picture, purposely I just clicked a picture of Bangalore traffic and where metro was there. In that picture also they have written Idam Chitram Sundaram Asti, where I didn't understand what is so beautiful about the traffic. So it was like they got misguided, and it was last moment. The kids are in grade 10 when I joined this institution. Now, like, I have to struggle a lot. There are very good students who can score Centrum, but I have few doubts on them whether they can or not.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
few little like last moment instructions what can be given to them.
Ma'am, idam chitram sundaram asti is a very common sentence just to fill the gap. So please encourage them to write minimum 7 or 8 sentences. Please encourage them. Let them write with the mistakes also. And ask them to avoid this sentence, idam chitram sundaram asti. Or if they want to write that sentence as a sentiment, yes, in 7 or 8 sentences, let it be one. So please insist that they will write. And when they write more sentences and not stop only with 5, they will feel a little bit confident. So enough that I wrote 5, that should not be their level of thought. They should be able to write 6 or 7 sentences, in which idam chitram sundaram asti can also be one sentence. Give that scope to them, and let us see, by writing more sentences and applying that vibhakti and the right word, they will be able to do it. So slowly only you have to encourage them and cut this habit.
Yeah,
And
yeah, that is. Yeah.
it is not wrong to write idam chitram sundaram asti. It is a grammatically right sentence, but please encourage them. You can write better sentence than this. You have that vocabulary, you have that strength. Like that, please motivate them, and they will be able to do it.
Okay. Okay, sir. Sure. Thank you, sir.
One.
We have Devanki now.
Namaste. Aham
Namaste.
Devanayaki from Tiruchi. Namaste Mahodaya. बहु सम्यक् आसीत्. एकघण्टात्मकं कथं गतम् इति एव न ज्ञातं. बहु उपयोगकरम् आसीत्. भवतः प्रेसेण्टेशन् अपि सम्यक् आसीत्. मम अत्र तु इदानीं तिरुचि नगरात् एव अहमपि वदामि. तत्र एकं रुचिरा इति एव CBSE षष्ठकक्षायाम् इदानीं रुचिरा स्वीकृतम् अस्ति. किन्तु दीपकम् अपि सम्यक् एव अस्ति, किन्तु पुस्तकस्य प्राप्तिः किञ्चित् क्लेशकरम् आसीत्. तस्मिन् विषये किञ्चित् कष्टम् अस्ति. प्राप्तिः, पुस्तकप्राप्तिः बहु श्रमम् अस्ति. छात्राणां इदानीं प्रदीकापि स्वीकृत्य एव दातव्यम् अस्ति तेषां. तद् एक क्लेशकरम् अस्ति. अन्य भाषणस्य विषये तेषां किञ्चित् भावः भिन्नम् अस्ति. पठनार्थम् इच्छात्मकं नास्ति. अङ्कनिमित्तपठनम् इति एव तेषाम् अस्ति. तद् किञ्चित् भावपूर्वम् आनयनं किञ्चित् क्लेशकरम् अस्ति. सर्वदा अङ्कनिमित्तमेव तेषां चिन्तनम् अस्ति. तद् परिवर्तयितुं कापि उपायः अस्ति वा इति?
महोदय, प्रायशः छात्राः संस्कृतम् अङ्कं स्वीकर्तुं सुलभम् अस्ति इति निमित्तं पठन्ति. तद् वयम् अपि अङ्गीकुर्मः. किमर्थम् इत्युक्ते छात्रहिताय अन्य पाठ्यक्रमाणां पठनाय ते संस्कृतं स्वीकुर्वन्ति. बहवः ऐच्छिकरूपेण इच्छां स्वीकृत्य पठन्ति, तदपि अस्ति. परन्तु केचन छात्राः अस्माकं सुलभमार्गः अस्ति इति चिन्तयित्वा संस्कृतं पठन्ति. तदपि भवतु, यद्यपि ते अङ्कनिमित्तं पठन्ति अथवा इच्छां स्वीकृत्य पठन्ति, संस्कृतं पठन्ति. तदेव मुख्य अंशः अस्ति. यावत् वयं प्रोत्साहं कुर्मः, यावत् सुलभतया वयं संस्कृतं दद्मः, तावत् ते स्वीकुर्वन्ति. तदेव अस्माकं लक्ष्यं, संस्कृतस्य वर्धनं, संस्कृताय जीवनम् इति वयं सेवां कुर्मः. तद् मुख्य अंशः अस्ति. द्वितीयं तु दीपकं पुस्तकम् अस्मिन् वर्षे एव प्रारब्धमस्ति. प्रायशः अग्रिमवर्षे ते अधिकप्रतयः पब्लिश् कुर्वन्ति. अस्माकमपि तद् उपलभन्ते एव. अङ्कनिमित्तं पठामि इति भावना अस्ति एव, तत् मन्दं मन्दं गच्छति. आम्, धन्यवादः महोदय.
Devnayaki ma'am, I hope your query has been solved.
अस्तु धन्यवादः महोदय बहु धन्यवादः बहु सम्यक्
Amrita ma'am, you can ask, have your query now.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Namo Namaha, Acharya.
Namo
Actually, I have little doubt regarding the Patra Lekhan, Samas and MCQ questions. So, basically, one thing I heard that Patra Lekhan जो इसका है शेमुशिका है वो some people are saying कि नहीं we have to write like एक टॉपिक दिया जाएगा जैसे पहले में था एक टॉपिक दिया जाएगा and the people supposed to write the whole later जैसे अभी फिलिंग द ब्लैंक्स टाइप ऑफ है वैसे नहीं आएगा ऐसे एक सुनाई देता है बट द पिक्चर इज नॉट क्लियर सेकेंडली we are getting confused about the समास that is in शेमुशी में समाहार कर्मधारय उपपद समाहार तो एक्चुअल में सिलेबस में नहीं है देन ओनली या बट जो लेसन्स है उसमें समाहार के कुछ एग्जाम्पल्स दिखते हैं या कर्मधारय और उपपद के भी दिखते हैं which is not mentioned in the syllabus and third yeah and third one I would like to ask you कि the students actually getting confused कि MCQ के questions जो है जो options के साथ generally I asked or the previous sir is already told them to write question and answers as well तो MCQ में जैसे रिक्त स्थानानी में कैसे वो क्वेश्चन आंसर्स लिखते हैं तो there they put the underlines and black blue वाला things and that we are getting confused about the MCQs जैसे कि पूरा questions लिखकर आंसर लिखना है या otherwise only they supposed to write the answers along with the क ख ग घ ङ that options that much I need to ask you sir.
I'm coming to your first question, ma'am. In Patra Lekhanam, in class 9, it is advised to write complete letter. In class 10, Manjusha Sahitam Patram Lekhaniyam. So, two options are given as per curriculum. We follow the same. And secondly, in the Samasa or the other Vyakarana question, MCQ, they need not write the questions again in the answer book. Put the correct question number and sub-question number, the right option number, and the answer. That much is enough. They need not write the whole question again and the answer. So that is very important. And third one, ma'am, please.
Yes ma'am and about the samas samahar karmadhari and upapad
Coming to the other compound words, samahara dvandva or karmadharaya or ekashesha, if that is there, in text, it cannot be avoided. Other samastapada are definitely there, but they cannot be questioned as that particular type in the examination. If that is coming, then it will be definitely taken care while evaluation. We can represent that while we give our report or review regarding the question paper in the final exam. It will be considered.
Okay. Similarly, like the Swara Sandhi as well, because it is not there with the 10th standard, right?
Yes. Only the prescribed syllabus has to be tested. But there is no harm or hard and fast rule that they should not know this. Definitely, you can encourage students to know about the other samasa, but please mention to them that these will not be tested in examination.
Okay.
Yes.
And one more query from the student. I'm so sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Like, what type of books they can refer for the board? Like, there are number of Oswald together with full marks likewise. So,
I'm not recommending any book. There, Shemushi or Manika, Vyakarana Viti, Abhyasavan Bhava, Manika Grammar, these are the best books. So when they are thorough with these, whatever be the publisher or sample question paper, they will be able to thrash it out. So let them be thorough with the prescribed books for their class. That's very important.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Ma'am, next we have Manas.
Yes, ma'am. Manaswini.
Manaswini, ma'am. बोलिए.
Namaste, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I am teaching 122 code Sanskrit. Sir, in that I have three queries. One is First one is Aupacharikam and Anaupacharikam Patram they have given.
Yes.
In which we have to concentrate more, sir. Aupacharikam Patram or Anaupacharikam Patram, or both has to be practiced. That is one question, sir. Then the next one is the meanings are given, that in that 3 marks has been given for meanings. In the 3 marks, any prescribed lessons are there, or all the lesson and all the gadya padya दोनों को हमें practice करवाना है, या padya alone or enough or gadya alone or enough, ऐसा कुछ है sir. That the second thing.
Okay.
Then that Anvaya Lekanam. Anvaya Lekanam, how to practice, how to make the children to practice that, sir. More shlokas are there, all the shlokas to be, the Anvayas to be practiced, or the lesson wise, lesson also some shlokas are given. That shlokas also will come. These are the queries, sir.
Yes, ma'am. First thing, Aupacharikam, Anaupacharikam, both are equally important. Please practice both the papers.
Both the papers. Okay, sir.
Both the letters, Aupacharikam, Anaupacharikam.
Okay.
Second is the 3 mark. Three mark Artha Lekanam. There, the words can be from anywhere from the text. It is not that only from lessons, only from Natya, only from Padya, it will be there. So it can be from anywhere. But the context is going to be given. And based on the context, the meaning has to be matched. So please advise your students to go through all the literature lessons thoroughly, so that they are which sentence, where it is, and what is the meaning. So, regarding the Anvaya Krama. Anvaya Krama, the best way is to put a rough column, and it is made easy because a shloka is given. The Anvaya part is also given with the blank, and which word is missing, that is also given in the Manjusha. So again, the basic knowledge of Karta, Karma, Kriya, Visheshana, Visheshya, Avyaya should be clear to them, so that they can fit which word is going to come at what place. Secondly, they have to thoroughly study all the shlokas so that they will understand what is a sandhi made. And when they are able to split the word properly, they will be able to fix the word in the right place. Same goes for the Bhavartha Lekanam also. Even that is also easy when they know the sentence, the simple sentence which is given there, and the words are given in Manjusha, they will be able to relate and fill in the Bhavartha also. Even Bhavartha and Anvaya, they both are equally easy when the child is able to have a command over the language. And we should be able to encourage them to learn more Shabdas and apply what they know.
Then one more, sir. Avyaya, some Avyaya is given in that Patyakrama, hai na, sir?
Syllabus, yeah.
So that Avyayas also, only that Avyayas will be asked, or apart from that, outside also they will ask, sir?
No, ma'am. They are the Avyayas which will be tested according to Patyakrama.
According to the Patyakrama. Like the same, Pratyay also the same.
Even Pratyaya. Even Samasa, even Sandhi. Even though other Pratyayas, other Sandhis are available in the literature, only those which are prescribed for testing will be tested in the question paper. If something is out of syllabus, please do represent through the review form or the feedback form.
This type of hope we can give to the children. If you thorough all the Sandhi and Samasa in the textbook, it only will come outside. They will not ask like that.
Definitely, ma'am. Definitely.
Definitely, sir. Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Manasvi ma'am. Yes, Shubham.
Namaste, Mahoday. भवान् व्याकरणविषये किमपि RHS LHS उक्तवान्, किं पुनः एकवारं वक्तुं शक्यते वा?
आम्, निश्चयम्। उदाहरणार्थं ततः प्लस् ततः इति अस्ति। तस्य सन्धियुक्तपदं ततस्ततः इति आगच्छति। वयं किं कुर्मः? रफ् कालम् मध्ये छात्राः ततस्ततः इति पदं स्वीकृत्य तस्य विभजनं कृत्वा पुनः ततः ततः आगच्छति वा इति एकवारं पश्यतु। यदि सम्यक् कुर्वन्ति तर्हि तेषाम् उत्तरं सम्यक् अस्ति इति वदामः। उदाहरणार्थं नदीव इति अस्ति, परन्तु छात्राः नदी प्लस् इव इति लिखन्ति। यदि ते पुनः संयोजनं कुर्वन्ति तदा ते अवगच्छन्ति नदी इति नास्ति, नदी इत्येव अस्ति। तस्मात् तत्र ते पुनः सम्यक् अवगच्छन्ति नदी इव इति नास्ति, नदी दीर्घ इ आगन्तव्यम् इति अवगच्छन्ति। LHS RHS लेफ्ट् हैंड साइड प्रश्नः अस्ति, राइट हैंड साइड उत्तरमस्ति। उत्तरं स्वीकृत्य पुनः विभागम् अथवा संयोगं कृत्वा प्रश्नः आगच्छति वा इति द्रष्टव्यं। तदेव LHS इस् इक्वल् टु RHS इति अहम् उक्तवान्। धन्यवादः।
आम्, धन्यवादः। एवं, धन्यवादः।
So I believe we have Harish now.
हरीश जी नमस्ते।
नमो नमः महोदय। मम एकः प्रश्नः वर्तते। यथा सामान्यतया तत्र छात्राः पत्रलेखनसन्दर्भे तेषां तत्र सन्देहः भवति। किमर्थमिति चेत् तत्र नूतनाः शब्दाः तत्र तैः प्राप्यन्ते। अतः तत्र पोषकाः अपि पृच्छन्ति किं कुर्मः एतदर्थं। तेषां कृते तत्र नूतनाः शब्दाः तत्र दीयन्ते, किं कुर्मः तेषां कृते शब्दसम्पत्तिवृद्ध्यर्थम् इति ते पृच्छन्ति। भवतः किमपि तत्र साहाय्यम् आचर्यते वा? विषये किमपि उच्यते वा? किं करणीयम्?
प्रयत्नं करोमि। नूतनशब्दाः निश्चयं भवन्ति एव, परन्तु सन्दर्भ अनुसारं यथा विभक्ति वचन ज्ञानेन अथवा वाक्ये कः शब्दः तत्र आवश्यकः, यथा कर्ता आवश्यकः अस्ति, कर्मपदम् आवश्यकमस्ति, तत्र क्रियापदम् आवश्यकमस्ति अथवा विशेषणविशेष्यः भावः तत्र नास्ति, तत्पदम् आवश्यकम् इति किञ्चित् चिन्तनं कृत्वा वयं नूतनशब्दमपि एक रफ् कालम् मध्ये एव वयं स्वीकृत्य कुर्मः चेत् तत्र दोषस्य न्यूनता भवति। तदर्थमेव रफ् कालम् वर्किंग कालम् इति आवश्यकमस्ति। तद् वयं कुर्मः चेत् नवपदानि वयं सम्यक् जानीमः, अतः दशमपदं तत्रैव आगच्छति इति ते अवगच्छन्ति। यदि नूतनपदम् अस्ति तथापि ते सम्यक् रीत्या तत्र किं पदम् आगन्तव्यम् इति ज्ञातुं शक्यन्ते। एवं नूतनपदस्य विवरणं, कः लिङ्गः, किं वचनम् इति सर्वं ज्ञात्वा वयं तत्र योजयितुं शक्नुमः। आकांक्षा, सन्निधिः, योग्यता इति त्रयमस्ति, भवान् जानाति एव। किं पदं तत्र आवश्यकमस्ति, आकांक्षा का अस्ति इति वयं चिन्तयित्वा तत्र प्रयोगं कुर्मः। धन्यवादः।
धन्यवादः महोदय।
धन्यवाद हरीश जी। अनुभृति, मिस अनुभृति।
ये अभ्यासवान भाव जो है सेमुची का है, लेकिन मणिका का तो अभी प्रकाशित ही नहीं हुआ है।
मणिका पुस्तकस्य व्याकरणपुस्तकमस्ति।
यस, पर उसमें सेमुची के सारे वो दिए हुए हैं। ग्रामर जो है।
आम् 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 तद् द्वयमपि वयं उपयोगं कर्तुं शक्नुमः। उदाहरणार्थम् अथवा व्याकरण अंशस्य अवबोधनार्थं पुस्तकद्वयमपि वयम् उपयोगं कर्तुं शक्नुमः। सामान्यतया समानमेव अस्ति।
अर्थ चयनम वगैरह तो बुक से ही आएंगे ना, जो संधि और अर्थ चयन है, क्योंकि सिलेबस में तो वही दिया
लिटरेचर
हुआ है कि बुक
निश्चय।
से ही आएंगे।
आम्
पर उसमें क्या है ना कि 2-3 दिए हुए हैं, अर्थ चयन जो दिया हुआ है मणिका बुक में, उसमें
आम्
एक साथ एक ही शब्द के संस्कृत में 2-2, 3-3 शब्द दिए हुए हैं, तो क्या बच्चों को सारे कराने पड़ेंगे?
तथा न हि महोदय। तत्र सन्दर्भ अनुसारं यदि समानपदम् इति अस्ति तत्र
Yes.
छात्राः एकम् अथवा अन्यमपि लेखितुं शक्नुवन्ति। तादृश दोषः यदि भवति दशमकक्षायाः प्रश्नपत्रे, तत्र वयं छात्रपक्षतः लेखितुं शक्नुमः फीड्बैक् मध्ये। तत्र उत्तरद्वयमपि आगन्तुं शक्यते। तत्र दृष्ट्वा अङ्कयोजनां करणीया इति वयं वक्तुं शक्नुमः।
अब एक
प्रायशः
ही अर्थ चयन में एक ही शब्द के 2-2 संस्कृत में वो दिए हुए हैं। अब बच्चे ये कहते हैं कि हम एक करें या 2 करें, कौन सा पूछेगा हमें ही नहीं पता है।
Ma'am, this doubt should not be there in the final question paper, but in some sample papers or somewhere it may be present. So let children understand and improve their vocabulary based on that. If such cases are coming in the final paper, definitely we have a say. We can give that in a feedback, and mostly it won't be like that.
सर, जो ये आपने आज दिया है, इसका कोई लिंक भी है आप लोगों का, जहां हम जाके बार बार देख सके?
लिंक के लिए मैम
वीडियो का लिंक, this recording.
you are asking record link, ma'am? Okay. Or you want the
Recording. Which link madam is asking?
Yes.
अनुप्रीति मैम, आपको रिकॉर्डिंग का लिंक चाहिए? जो आज सेशन हुआ है उसका लिंक चाहिए?
हाँ।
Okay, ma'am.
It will be there in the extra mail channels.
In extra mail channels, you can look for the links, ma'am, please.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Anupriti ma'am. Would there be any more queries?
Let's wind up, ma'am. Yeah, there were a few questions in the chat box. That's also we can take.
Okay, so there was one question wherein a person had asked about which would be the best Sanskrit to English dictionary.
Ma'am, Sanskrit to English dictionary, there are different levels of dictionaries. So, Vaman Shivaram Apte, there is a dictionary. Monier Williams, there is a dictionary. And there are many publishers who have put their own dictionaries. Even online, it is available. They are all quite authentic.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. I believe this would be sufficient. So there was one more query and it was in 2 different forms. It was what would be the easy method to teach letter writing? And the second query related to this was what is the format for Patra Lekhan?
Okay. Format for Patram Lekhanam is class 9. It is complete letter. And for class 10, it is letter with Manjusha. Clues will be given. They have to complete the letter and rewrite the letter. And easy way to write letters, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
The only way to make it easy is have more practice. Give more letters. Yes.
I believe, sir, your suggestion about the rough column, the Karta, Karm, Kriya,
Yes, ma'am.
Vishesh, if the students practice it in that way, that would also help them out?
Definitely, ma'am. It is a proven method, and I have seen many of my children able to complete the letter with correctness because of this rough column. That will definitely.
So the other query was what is required in the MCA and the portfolio for grade 9 and 10 which needs to be submitted?
Ma'am, actually, based on the lessons and the interest and the way of approach to any lesson, they can prepare the portfolio. For example, in the class 10 lesson, Sauhardam Prakritehe Shobha, they have made one comic strip in our school based on the characters found in the lesson, and each one has drawn their own pictures and art integration has been made into that. So like this, based on the situation and the interest of the students, they can come to an agreement of this can be made as a multiple assessment or portfolio, and they can have their own project based on it.
Thank you so much, sir. So the last query was that Kutra, Kasmen, and Kasyam, where would that be used?
When it is related to place.
Please.
Then Kutra is a common question for both Pullinga and Strilinga. And if it is specific in what, then Saptami Vibhakti in Pullinga should be questioned with Kasmin, and Napumsakalinga Kasmin, and Strilinga Kasyam. So it should be specific.
Okay.
Putra is a common place where it is found in that way.
Kasyam would be neutral and Kasmin would be the...
No, Kasyam is Strilinga, feminine.
Strilinga, okay.
Kasmin for neuter and masculine.
Neuter and, okay, thank you, sir. Are we ready to wind up, Salam, sir?
Yes, sir. Dr. Narayana is sitting for a long time. You should not bother him too much.
And I appreciate your patience also, sir, please.
It's for others benefit. No? So it is. We are very grateful to you, sir.
Welcome, sir. It's my pleasure.
A little vote of thanks from our side. And Dr. Narayanan, I don't doubt everyone would be saying that it was a very enlightening and insightful discourse. And your session was like riding in an elevator wherein we started from the lowest level and we reached the most highest level which was there of attaining the proficiency. Your introduction with the analogy about the small bites to make food more palatable, that was extremely efficient, and I believe it has made us quite aware that the foundations need to be made very strong rather than when we go ahead. And this will definitely help us about how the students can make their sessions more, their learning more interactive and productive. So it took me back to the importance of building the foundation. And this will not help only for Sanskrit language, but for all the other languages also. And ultimately, the students who are our stakeholders, they would be the ultimate beneficiaries when we apply these strategies with ease. So as a postscript, I would just like to add on that your language prowess is truly inspiring. And it has inspired us, at least me, to go ahead and learn another language. So next time if we get a chance to interact, I would definitely like to have a conversation with you in Sanskrit also. Thank you so much, sir.
Best time is to start only, ma'am. Please.
Little note for the participants. Our participants were very suggestive also. We had a few suggestions in the chat box. And dear participants, the note for the link of the certificate has been sent in the meeting chat. Kindly complete the form. And on behalf of Extra Mile Education and Training and BTAG, I, Vani Srivastava, would like to express our sincere thanks to Dr. Narayan Ramanujam for sharing his valuable insights and words of wisdom. I would also like to extend a special thank you to Dr. Abdul Salam for his unwavering support and for providing this wonderful opportunity. And last but not the least, a huge thank you to all the participants for your incredible enthusiasm. We sincerely hope we have earned the privilege of your precious time. Thank you. Namaskaram.
Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkhabhag bhave. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Dhanyavadaah. Salam Mahoday, Dr. Salam. Thanks for this opportunity to interact with great minds. And I too got some enlightenment sharing my views. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Vani ma'am, for your wonderful presentation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. It was, we are very much grateful to you. Actually, we have been looking forward to this special day with Dr. Narayanan. And it is actually it's a godly, service that we have rendered now, that enlightening teachers and clearing their doubts. Because in Sanskrit we cannot find, so many people to help to come forward and help like this. So definitely God will help you, sir. May God bless you. That is the only thing we can say. Keep, enlightening us, the educators who are looking for help. This was a very, enlightening session, as Vadi ma'am has said, and as we have received the comments from the participants in the chat box. So thank you so much for clearing their doubts and removing the darkness with regard to teaching Sanskrit, and a lot of questions were there with regard to exams also. Definitely, this is going to be, as you said before, this is going to be immortal. This video will be posted, yeah, on our YouTube channel. Educators, even students can have a look at it, and they can have it as a reference guide for future. So thank you, Dr. Narayanan. Thank you, Vani
I
ma'am.
would like to share my presentation in the group also, so that some who have missed can also go through it, sir.
Yes, please. Yeah, definitely we will do. And but the thing is that the font is
Yeah,
with
I
a
will put it
concern.
in PDF format, sir, so that it is easy for
Yeah,
them to.
please. Yeah,
Definitely.
thank you, Vani ma'am, for the very good job you have done. It was very graceful to have your presence and your leading the session. Thank you so much once
Thank you, sir.
again.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity, sir. It means
Thank
a
you,
lot.
everybody. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day and good night. I should say, have a good night.
Yes, sir.
Keep connected. We will be coming again with Dr. Narayana if God wills. Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank
Always,
you.
sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste. Dhanyawada.
Dhanyawada.